Now, can you provide any examples of maybe innovative practices implemented by law enforcement that have been successful?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Book clubs in a police department, right? Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, who does that, right? But I did it in Mountain View. I know a couple of the other chiefs that are part of the Curve did it in their agencies. And no, it's not like wine and cheese and music in the background. This is an opportunity to take your rank off, and those are the ground rules for the book club. Is there's no rank in the room, right? When you take a group of people who work together and you strip rank, seniority, title, whatever, and put it aside, and you go on a learning journey together and you learn, and it's not a classroom setting. You could pick any book. It doesn't have to be a leadership book. We ended up using Infinite Game by Simon Sinek, but that process of learning together is incredible. And then once you go back to work, you actually get to know the people that you work with on a different level because now you've actually gone down that journey and you've shared a little bit and learned a little bit. So a lot of different ideas out there. Just because it has been done doesn't mean you can't try something. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Big deal.
Yeah, you're right. It also doesn't always have to be focused on a military or law enforcement book. The infinite mindset
Mhm.
really did change my perspective on how I worked and what we can move forward with as a culture in law enforcement.
Yep.
But for those aspiring to be in leadership roles, what advice would you give them to kind of prepare them for the challenges that they'll probably face up ahead and the responsibilities that they'll have?
Really get to know yourself. There's a lot of tools out there. There's a lot of like Myers-Briggs or personality assessments. Um, Understand what those are. And everyone, when they get results from those, they like to look at the positives. But I would encourage you to look at the negatives too, or the things that you want to work on. There's no perfect leaders. The people that I see as inspirational leaders, they're the ones who actually know their blind spots the best, right? So find those people in your workplace or maybe even in your personal life who can have those um, honest conversations with you that can hold you accountable. That generally sounds like, hey, I really want to grow and I want to learn. And 2 years from now, I want to be here, right? And I want you to hold me accountable, ask me the hard questions, and I want to grow and stretch. Um, and I get it. We're in this profession, it's so exhausting, just the day to day. It takes a little bit more energy to kind of go down this journey, this leadership journey. But I'm telling you, it's worth it, right? And not only that, our people in our organizations need it. Like I hate to say it, but there's a kind of a shortage of great leaders out there in our profession, right? There's a lot of people with rank, tons of people with rank, very few leaders. And we all know people in our organizations that have no rank, but man, they're influential and they're leaders. We would follow them. And leadership works two ways. You can influence people positively or you can influence them negatively. So, pick your poison, but really, to encourage your listeners, make that decision to go, you know what? Whether I have the formal rank or not, I have a certain degree of influence. I want to grow that influence. I want to have credibility. And to do that, I have to hold myself accountable. I have to learn. I have to do better each and every day and make little improvements here or there and just fine tune. And before you know it, a couple years will go by and you're going to be like, you look back and you're like, wow, I'm really proud of this journey that I went on. But it'll never start if you don't take that first step.